PSB Summer Invite Championship Monday. This is the Northside Swarm taking on Team Elite Hubbard. This should be a very good championship match, and we appreciate you watching it here on SUV TV, live from the PSB Summer Invite. I'm Marcus Burnett, joined by Chris Watkins here on the broadcast, and looks like we are set to tip off, and the first possession of the contest will be had by the Swarm. And it doesn't take long for the first foul call of the game. Attacking the rack, there was number 3, Paisley Johnson, and Johnson is sent to the free throw line.
She's a player that we're going to be saying her name a lot on this broadcast.
Silky on the first free throw. Knocks down both. That'll make it 2-0 in favor of the Swarm. Look at the head coaches on both of these squads. Two of the better ones that you'll find here at this event. Leading team, Elite Hubbard, head coach Chad Hubbard. He's joined by assistant coach Doug Register and Consuelo Saxton. On the north side, Swarm side of things, you've got head coach Dan Oda. Coach Oda will be mic'd up for select SUV TV mic'd up sessions during different timeouts and key stretches throughout the game. As Coach Oda is looking at his team get their second consecutive trip to the free throw line. This opportunity earned there by number 10, Allie Morrison. Team Hubbard, a team that doesn't mind being physical, feels like the officials maybe a little bit of a hair-trigger whistle here early on. At least that's their sentiments. We hear some echoes from the crowd saying, hey, this is the championship. Let these teams play. That one's stolen. That was stolen by number 1, Shalise Smith. Smith driving baseline. Now she'll kick it to Frazier. Frazier off the mark. Robin Benton coming the other way. Benton stops, pops, and knocks it down there for Team Elite Hubbard.
Benton doing what she does. She just straight gets buckets. I mean, she would have pulled up if it was 1-on-5.
Give me that, says Victoria Saxton, as they try to follow up that Benton bucket with another one, and we're going to have a foul there. And Victoria Saxton, I think we were coming out of that shot. You may or may not have been able to see that last block, but she'll be able to give you a couple more as the game goes on. So that won't be the last time, even though it was the first time she swatted a shot here in this one. But Victoria Saxton, number 5 for Team Elite Hubbard, affects the game tremendously on both ends with her reach, ability to run the floor, and that high motor. Meyer register for 3. Can't get the shot to go. Subtle battling for the offensive rebound, but Shalise Smith not to be denied. So this Northside Sword team primarily made up of all Washington natives. SWAT team. Again. But sticking with it, persistence paying off for Allie Morrison. So Morrison makes it 5-2. Subtle with a good move, left that layup attempt just short. Walsh finds Shalise Smith all by her lonesome, and she makes him pay. Coach Hubbard not happy about his team's defense there on that play. He gets a timeout, and we take a look at it again. As you're going to see Team Elite Hubbard, a team that doesn't get caught sleeping on the defensive end too much. They get caught there.
Okay, listen, expect more pressure. Expect more pressure here. Rebound the basketball. Rebound. Hustle, get out there, go.
Good job, baby. Good job, Kennedy. Coach Hubbard subbed in. Bianca, this Waddy looks like he's trying to get a little offense going. You talk about a player that can knock down shots. We talked about Benton gets buckets, but you cannot let this Waddy even get a look.
No, you cannot. And she's one of those potato chip three-point shooters, I like to call them. She can't get just one of them. I always like to get them in bunches. You see Saxton Scott for that rebound. It's 7-2. Fozati over to Benton. Benton denied twice. Initially had it stripped, picked it up, had it denied as well. Northside Swarm playing defense that reflects their name well. But Victoria Saxton, they're playing team defense, but she is a one-man wrecking ball, one-person wrecking ball when it comes to the way she defends.
Swarms out here, you know, it's like, want to tell Team Hubbard, you know, y'all don't take us light. Jumped out 7-2. We can play. We're here on Championship Monday as well on DSUV TV.
I mean, teams being from different parts of the country, different states and cities, that's nothing new with travel basketball, but I like seeing one end of the nation versus another end. You look at all Washington natives here playing Team Elite Hubbard, which is primarily based here in the Southeast, Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia specifically. So it's nice to see teams come down and really be able to represent for their portion of the country. We see a ton of talented players when we broadcast Chris Hansen's Check Me Out Showcase in Seattle each year. And a lot of them make the trip here to Peach State basketball events to really test themselves against a good measuring stick here at the PSB Summer Invite. And this is a very good measuring stick to test yourself against when you look at Team Elite Hubbard, a no excuses type of team that's going to play you hard on both ends, has a lot of tools on both ends. If you've got college coaches in a building, the tougher your matchup, the better it's going to be for you if you're able to go on that stage and perform. So playing teams like what each of these teams is facing right now, that's exactly what you want here with a line full of coaches. Attacking the offensive glass is Team Elite, bending but not breaking on the possession, though, is the Northside Swarm defense. But it will stay with Team Elite Hubbard. Checking into the game, it will be number 22, Sarah Payne. On the floor for the Swarm is Payne, Morrison, Walsh, Johnson, and Frazier.
Hey, keep fighting, B, keep fighting.
Swati right there went ahead and hit the floater.
Watch your pick,
So
Taylor.
she
Watch
tried to
your
get
pick.
herself going.
Pick right, pick right.
Really like what this Swarm team does offensively. You know, Coach Hemme talked about the other day on Twitter about, you know, he likes maybe the 1-4 low look now is the high ball screen every time. And, you know, had a little conversation online. It's about that second action off the high ball screen. And what you see with the Swarm a lot of times is they're patient. You know, the point guard keeps the dribble and look for the late roll, or they get some action on the backside.
Frazier going to try the jumper. Hubbard snatches that rebound, pushes it ahead. Here's Smith. Smith gets that one to roll around. I couldn't tell if she lost the handle or not on the way up. She says, don't worry about that. Just put the 2 in the book. 7-6. 1 point game now.
She's leaning, man. Still leaning on that.
The defense by Amaya Register. Register poked that one away, pass intended for Johnson. Amaya Register, one of the smaller guards you will find there in your roster book if you're a college coach, but also one of the toughest to deal with throughout the course of a game with the way that she defends. Did a great job on Desi Oliver of the WPA Bruins Cash Squad there in the showcase game on opening day.
On the floor.
Foul going to go against number 6, Taylor Smith.
Yep. We talked about Register early on in July. You know, her ability as a defender, ability to knock down the open 3, and what college coaches know is she's a winner. And when you talk about recruitment, a lot of times players, they get recruited from winning programs. It's from a winning high school program in Georgia. It's from a winning travel program. Definitely a player that college coaches are checking out.
Winning matters, and when it comes to what you can do to help your team do that, it's what it's all about, starring in your role. As you've seen players do that, whether it's scoring the ball, you look at the professional levels, guys getting hefty contracts off of just rebounding and playing good defense. Here in, substitute contract for college scholarships. Plenty of being earned, and I expect more offers will be earned throughout the course of this game and event. Traveling violation going to get called on Allie Morrison. Good defense there by Team Elite.
Good defense, Caleb. Good job. Hey,
Coming up on the 2-minute mark here in the first quarter. 3-point game. Fazzotti wide open in the corner. Layup.
Yeah, her behind, one of the parents said you got to hit one, and once she's hit one, she's not done. Look for her to probably ring, we said every time, she's probably going to ring off another one for the quarter's out.
Swarm trying to answer back. Like the way the flow of this game is winning, it was Swarm coming with the first couple punches, and wasn't in dramatic fashion. They just really did a good job of getting to the line early. As you see Fazzotti there in that corner, knocking it down. They get a hand up, but it's too late.
They got to look. They're going to run. Got to run Fazzotti along the baseline. That's a go-to for a shooter. And it's going to be hard to guard that because you also are going to have Register up top on one side who can also knock it down.
Fazzotti fouled on the play. Foul going to go against Riel Frazier.
Do what you do. Let's go, Jess. Let's go, Jess.
So Jessica Nelson checking into the game for Team Elite Hubbard, number 21. She's joined on the floor by Benton, Register, Asia McCoy, who was just checked in as well, number 22, and Fazzotti, who just knocked down a 3-ball in the corner moments ago.
Yeah, just because McCoy and Nelson are just stepping in with a minute left in the corner doesn't mean that they cannot play. Really like Nelson's improvement, had a big early half of July with us, our PSA basketball events. McCoy does a lot of things on the offensive and defensive ends of the floor. But for both of them to definitely take advantage of this opportunity. Baseline is packed. You got Louisville on the baseline, Kentucky, Auburn, Kennesaw State, Chattanooga, Oregon State. Ryder is in the house.
And by baseline, my guy Watkins means sideline. I didn't want them to think, hey, he said baseline. All we're seeing is nice signage on the baseline. Yeah, they're on the sideline. It's normally the baseline set up at the various gyms, but here at the Lake Point Indoor Sports Complex, we can leave the baseline alone. We've got an entire sideline where we'll show you some of the coaches that are here checking in on this game, and we appreciate you watching it on SUV TV. Hollyman 76 watching all the way from Washington. Appreciate you adding us there on the Twitter feed. And appreciate you tuning in all the way from Washington. It's a 9-9 ball game. Good basketball here. As you can see, some of the aforementioned coaches here taking in the sights. Contested jumper. Nelson did a good job of getting a hand up on that one. Benton with the rebound. Can't get it to go off the window. McCoy going for the rebound. Riley Walsh had other plans as she crosses the timeline. Illegal screen. Register, she's the type of guard that draws those types of plays a lot. We even saw it a couple nights ago in their opening showcase game. She's sticking with whoever she's guarding so tough that it's very hard for whoever's coming to set that screen not to be overzealous and lunge into it a little bit or stick that leg out. Not trying to do it, for the sake of being dirty, but just realizing that, man, it's going to take something extra for me to free up some space with the way she's defending. Fazzotti, that wouldn't be good I don't think it'll be good if it goes.
I don't know. We're personally going to go to our SUV TV.
slowed it down to a quarter of the speed so we can really get a good look at it. So you can see there, 0.3 of a second. Yep, she didn't get it off in time. So let's do a SUVT.
You can run the. We can go ahead and run triangle through.
They have a high post antelope.
Okay, high post, low post, but don't cheat out that 15-footer. We'd rather take that than a layup.
Running into a little bit of interference there on SUV TV, mic'd up. Coach Oda there touching base with this team prior to starting that second quarter. Score is 9-9. Swarm got off to a better start. So second quarter is underway. On the floor for the Swarm, number 61, Claire Mansfield. Number 22, Sarah Payne. Number 2, Riley Walsh. Number 3, getting a bucket there, Paisley Johnson. And number 10, Allie Morrison.
You like what the Swarm did there to start the quarter? They saw they had register Aaron Johnson, immediately tried to go high post and low post. Got an easy bucket. You know, look for them to try to get Johnson going. Can really score the ball.
Kayla Hubbard to inbound the ball. Certain numbers make you wonder what went into the choice for that number. Like I've always liked the number 0. It's a number I've worn in the past, and I have my own reasons for wearing it, along with the number 5. For the Swarms, number 61, Claire Mansfield, you wonder what went into picking 61. That's not a common number that you see.
Nah. Might have to find that out. Do a little research at halftime.
Yeah, but I'll give you I'll tell you one tidbit of advice. Don't ask her. I know you wouldn't, but they're so focused. I'd imagine you probably wouldn't be seen in the best of lights.
You know what we gotta eventually get to here. We gotta do like the NBA. You know, like a Doris Burke. Pull her out, do the side interview with the coach, leading into the quarter.
Yep, get those in, and then what's funny about those is always be prepared for the coach to give you that, I just want to get back to the game, I really don't want to be here right now type of answer. As they're in the thick of things, focus on the task at hand.
Honestly, if I was an NBA coach, I probably would just take the fine. Whatever it was, like, nah, I'm just not doing it.
Yeah, just put it on my tab. 11-9 is the score coming up on the 7-minute mark. Amaya register with it up top for Team Elite Hubbard. Hubbard, good job of keeping her dribble there. Got a good look there on a jumper that she can make. Couldn't connect there. Saxton changes another shot inside, but we're going to have a foul. I believe that one's going to go against Kennedy Suttle. No, it looks like it'll be Saxton. Smith can't connect on the first free throw. Back in the game for the Northside Swarm. Rael Frazier. Frazier will come in for Paisley Johnson. It's a 2-point game. Hubbard.
You want Sutter to go ahead and put that ball in her right hand, but you see Saxon there coming and cleaning up inside. Want her to put it in that right hand, go ahead and finish it. I know she's left-handed, or if not, just use that strength that she has and just run somebody over. You know, that's what we talked about a lot, you know, and her ability and her strength and such a multifaceted offensive player to be able to play multiple positions.
Jumper from the corner, no good. Register with the rebound. Zadi has that one rolled around, wouldn't stay down. But Saxton making her presence felt on the offensive glass here in this instant replay. Zadi all over the passing lanes. Too strong on the layup, bending with the offensive rebound and fouled on the play. Foul going to go against Frazier.
Good look, baby. Way to go, B. Hey, soft touch though, baby. Soft touch.
See Coach Hubbard calls Zadi over, you know, not mad at her that she missed that open layup, just slaps her hand. Knows she's better than that. You know, when you're a coach on any level, whether it's travel, whether it's rec league, whether it's college, you need some of that positive motivation, because if you jump them all the time, they're going to tune you out. But if you show them that you love them, then you can jump them and they can really kick it into gear.
Very important dynamic to master there in the art of coaching. A lot of work put in on the coaching side to really help these players maximize the stage here during a live period. Coaches, parents, a lot of people making these games, events, and tournaments possible. We appreciate you tuning in to SUV TV. We've got a good one, 12-11. Neither team really giving an inch right now as we approach the 4-minute mark here in the second quarter. It's Riley Walsh with it. Backdoor cut. Ooh. Access denied as they call a foul on Nelson. They'll send Frazier to the line.
Team Elite fans not happy with that foul call on Jessica Nelson there inside.
Frazier makes the most out of that trip to the line. Inside to Nelson. Nelson, a strong move and a finish. Kisses that one up off the window.
You know, we talked about the growth that she's had in her game here over the last year, you know, having herself a big July. We talked about in the last broadcast with Brandon Clay about having a coach put a check by your name or having them highlight your name so they know I got to get in touch with them, got to see him during the high school season, got to see him some more in July, and Nelson's definitely one of those players.
Three from the top of the key, splash.
And there's another player that they're, you know, Paisley Johnson.
Johnson makes it 14-16 in favor of the Swarm. Good footwork by Tuttle, too strong on the shot, and she will go to the free throw line. I think we are in store for a very fun second half in terms of both teams being able to score the ball against stingy defenses. They're not able to get around that screen in time and making them pay is Paisley Johnson. Lead is now 1 for the Northside Swarm. Good defense being played on Frazier by Benton. Subtle foul on the play.
You know, Johnson, we mentioned her be a player to watch. She already made her college decision, committed to BYU. You know, so you look at the type of player that they're going to be getting there in a few years. Her ability to knock down the three. You know, she posted up, register earlier to begin the quarter. And just a great matchup we got here right now with the Swarm up 16-15 with 3 minutes left. You got Kennedy Suttle stepping to the free throw line, wasn't able to make it.
Hang time there by Johnson. Can't get the shot to go, sticking with it. And a reach-in foul going to be called against Suttle. Riley Walsh. Walsh over the Payne, looking inside. Entry pass poked away by Nelson, who's had a good stretch since coming in. Suttle loses the handle, goes where it needs to get it, and now they'll kick it back up top. Ball touch last by Team Elite, so back over to the Swarm. Victoria Saxton checking back in for Nelson. Nelson definitely had an impact there in that stretch. Couple buckets inside. Came up with the steal as well as rebounding the ball. Valuable minutes there. Saxton comes back in, but can't get back in time to stop Paisley Johnson from getting that layup. Swarm lead is 3 points. Pass intended for Saxton. Allie Morrison was all over it. Morrison pokes it out of bounds. In for Team Elite Hubbard, number 12, Kayla Hubbard. As Kennedy Suttle will get a breather. Got a timeout on the floor. We're going to try our SUV TV mic'd up option again.
Call those plays out so they know, okay? Execution. Northside, 1, 2, 3, Northside. Come on, girls. Hard 2 minutes here. Let's go, hard 2 minutes.
Coach Dan Otis saying a hard 2 minutes, what he needs from his squad right now. 1 minute 51 remaining here in the second quarter. Hard 2 minutes needed to end this second quarter. It'll be a hard-fought game. When you look at both of these squads, the pieces involved, and the solid coaching, respectively. 17-18. Good production out of the timeout for Team Elite Hubbard. Saxton called for a foul there. I'm not sure what she could have. I'm not sure. She must have got her with body of some sort. It looked pretty clean up top. So we take a look at the replay. Yeah, had to be body if it was anything. I didn't see it, but see why a few Team Elite fans might not have agreed with that call. But we play on. It's a 3-point game in favor of the Swarm. McCoy, little high-low action. Tried to get that into Saxton. And that's going to be a backcourt violation. Not a bad look there from McCoy. Just maybe a little bit too much on it. But had to put enough on it to get it over the outstretched arm of the defender. But maybe led Saxton a little too much. And here we're going to have Paisley Johnson go to the free throw line. Did a good job of using her body there against Taylor Smith.
You know, in that last possession, what both coaches from Team Elite Hubbard told McCoy is, you need to take that shot. You know, I know she missed one a couple minutes ago. She might be worried about it, but I mean, she knocks that shot down night in and night out there, right around the high post. You know, did that for Archer High School last couple years. She's done it with this Team Elite team last couple years. So, I mean, she's got to have confidence in herself as a player to knock that down.
Yeah. You got a better chance knocking that shot down when you're giving your teammate that ball. They're under the rim. They got to catch it in traffic. Even though Saxton, as you see how she caught that one there and was still able to stay in bounds. While she has that athleticism, you don't want to test that athleticism to the point where you're passing up an open shot and making a high degree of difficulty play required by Saxton. Not only the catch, but a finish when she's under the rim with a couple defenders right there. 17-22. Coming up on 40 seconds remaining here in the half. McCoy over to Benton. Benton gonna try a three-pointer and knock it down. Robin Benton out of Greater Atlanta Christian. The Lady Spartan makes it 20-22. As Saxton gets that one cleanly. Tips it and then brings it down herself. McCoy, baseline jumper's good.
There we go. That's why they tell her to take that shot. Got to have confidence in yourself as a player, and when you're a player of Asian McCoy's caliber, you got to know you can knock that down.
And she makes it 22 apiece. Traveling violation going to go against Walsh. They gave a shot fake, got Saxton in the air, but traveled trying to get around there. 2 seconds to work with. They get it to Register. Register going to throw it up. And that will do it for the first half. Don't go anywhere. Tied up at 22 apiece. Battle of two great teams here at the PSB Summer Invite.
Real solid, okay? Real solid on defense in terms of movement. So keep moving in there and talking. Remember what we said, the history has told us in the second half, getting a little bit tired, you got to talk even more now. You got to talk even more, okay? Make sure, they got to earn it. They got to earn every shot out here, okay? Here's the other adjustment. When that little girl is in the game, we're running triangle to post her up. Post her up, right? So if you got the little girl and you take the point, pass it to the wing and go and cut through and post up, okay? And keep attacking out here. Attack, okay? Aware of that big girl, right? She's a shot blocker. Pump fake, step throughs, that's gonna work against these guys. They're undisciplined in terms of jumping for everything, okay? Remember, you're gonna attack that athleticism with ball fakes, jab step.
Third quarter about ready to start here. We're right back where we started, in a sense. Square started off 0-0. 22 points put up by both squads, and not exactly in the same spot, but in terms of an advantage, neither team has been able to establish one. Swarm had one early, but Team Elite Hubbard settled in as they normally do. And we have had a dogfight that has ensued since then. Neither team budging as we start the second half. Foul going to go against a Meyer register. That will send Frazier to the line.
Let's go, box out. Let's go, blood. Let's go, Dion. Rebound. Stop ball. Good, Mike, good. Good. There we go, Caleb. There we go, Caleb. Come on, B.
Paisley Johnson, number 3, being guarded by number 3. Johnson guarded by Fazati. Fazati, good job of moving her feet. Helping spur that travel there by Johnson. Subbing in for Team Elite Hubbard, it'll be number 4, Robin Benton. The Meyer register is going to get a breather. Register won't need much. Can run all day. Should take a second. One-point lead in favor of the Swarm. They've been able to keep a modest advantage throughout this game, some way, somehow. Then she had one three-pointer in the first half, misses that one. Saxon tries to save it. Fazati can't chase it down. Coach Hubbard makes the point there that Fazati, she has to anticipate right there. You saw Saxton. Time she tried to get on her horse to track that ball down, she could have already been moving and been right there for it. And you know your personnel, you know, you can see what kind of ball Saxton is going to be able to get to and is going to have a shot at making a play at. So you got to be able to read that. Good basketball IQ for both of these teams. Battle-tested teams as well. They know how to make in-game adjustments. Hubbard too strong on the shot. Johnson with the rebound. She's got Benton going for the back tap. She's able to protect it. Ball's loose. Saxton gets her hand on another one. Going to be knocked out of play. All right, Saxton loses the handle, so back over to the Northside Swarm. Going to be joined on the mic by Jonathan Hemingway. Hemmy, I've seen Team Elite Hubbard. They've been a fixture on championship day on SUVTV. This is my first time seeing the Swarm play in person, and I have been treated to the treat I've been told I would be, just in the reputation that preceded the Swarm in terms of how they play. The playmakers that they have, is that one's knocked down by Frazier off the window.
Well, you mentioned Team Elite, and we're very familiar with them. Coach Hubbard does a great job, and I really believe with these kids, you know, it's the idea of the sum is greater than, or the whole is greater than the sum of all of its parts. As you see Kennedy Subtle, the nice little lane jumper there. The Swarm, a lot the same way. You know, they've got great balance. You see Shalise Smith, you know, probably the star of the team, great athlete. But then they have a number of, you know, very good shooters, you know, on the wing, and of course a playmaker with, you know, Frazier at the point guard position, just a 2019 prospect. So, you know, these kids can definitely play. Very excited to watch them compete here today.
That three-pointer way short. Hubbard gets the rebound. It's a one-point game in favor of the Swarm. Hubbard over to Benton. Benton trying to get her first three-pointer of the second half. Can't get it. Suttle leaves that follow-up short. Saxton fouled on the play. As team lead Hubbard feels like Saxton has had to work very hard to get these foul calls. As Saxton will head to the free throw line. Knocks down the first.
One more, baby, one more.
And Saxton splits a pair. Saxton having a great game so far. A lot of talk coming into this matchup was Victoria Saxton versus Shalise Smith. Two very talented players. Suttle guarding Smith there, and she's fouled as she tries to reach around and knock away the entry pass.
Keep working, kid. Keep working, play in front of. Let's go. Come on, baby. Go to sleep. Good,
Good hands there by Hubbard. Hubbard steals it away, then called for the carry. Lost the handle momentarily there, trying to split through the defense. No shortage of playing hard on either side here as number 61, Claire Mansfield, checks back into the game. She will give Riley Walsh a blow.
The key to being able to compete with Team Elite is handling their defensive pressure. You know, and right on cue, you see Robin Benton, you know, just all up into the ball handler here. You know, these kids, they play so hard, pressuring the ball, getting into the passing lanes, and that's what oftentimes, you know, is the downfall of their opponents, is because they just kind of keep leaning on you. And it looks like so far Northside has done a great job of handling the basketball.
Doing a great job of that there. Kayla Hubbard turning defense into offense as she goes coast to coast and converts. That play initially created by another great defensive possession by Victoria Saxton.
That's a legal screen.
If she's not blocking the shot, she's changing.
Like that.
Doing a great job rebounding on both ends and really just showing off that motor for the college coaches here on site. But there's that second part of that blockbuster matchup here. Shalise Smith making her presence felt as well.
Now, you mentioned already the matchup here between Saxton and Smith, so important. Interestingly, neither one of them guarding each other on either end of the court.
And I think that's the thing both coaches are saying. You know, I'm seeing some of these foul calls. Some of them have been a little ticky-tack. I'm just being smart. I could easily foul my player out if I have them guarding the other too soon. We take a look at Hubbard. I see Hubbard weaving through traffic. Crossover leaves Paisley Johnson. And nobody brave enough to step up and take that charge. There with Hubbard with a full head of steam.
Hubbard showing her ball handling skills. Such a versatile kid. You know, one of the questions I often hear, you know, talking to fans and other people, well, what position is Hubbard at the next level? And to me, I think it's an irrelevant question, honestly. I mean, she could be a point guard. She could be a shooting guard. Heck, you can even play her some, you know, at the four. She's that versatile and productive. And I think when you start talking about next level stuff, I really think that production outweighs a particular position on the court. And Hubbard showing there, she can be a point guard, a lead guard in transition. And she handles a lot of the ball handling responsibilities for this Team Elite group.
Yeah, production trumps position all day, any day. You know, you look at the Golden State Warriors now, while they'll still have their work cut out for them in the Western Conference. Who cares what position you put next to Durant, Draymond, Clay, and, you know, who cares?
Well, for me is, can you pass, dribble, shoot?
Yep.
You know, and I think for a lot of these kids for Team Elite, they can do all three of those things pretty well, and I think that's why they win a lot of games.
Pass, dribble, shoot, and then defend. If you look at that, you know, you talked about Hubbard's versatility. how she can have the lateral quickness to defend the guard, but also be able to play inside as Fazati knocks down her second three-pointer of the contest.
Bianca, one of the top shooters in the class of 2018, and I can say that with confidence. As you see, a nice little backdoor cut leads to a jumper there. I believe that was 15 Frazier. Was that right? But speaking of Fazati and shooting, she's proven time and time again on some of the biggest stages against, you know, the best teams in the nation. She can hit multiple three-pointers when it matters the most.
Inside to Saxton. Saxton with a power dribble. Nelson gets it over to Hubbard. Hubbard gets that jumper to go. Took her a little bit with the depth perception here in the Lake Point indoor facility. But it's a shot she can knock down, although off on her first few. Cans that one to make it 29-34. A 5-point lead for Team Elite Hubbard. SWAT team is Benton, smacks that one against the leg of Nelson. And give Jessica Nelson credit for getting some quality minutes. She's made the most out of her stretches in the game and was giving Saxton a breather. Now she's in there with Saxton. We talked about Bianca Fazati. Let's take a look at that three-pointer she knocked down off the screen by Saxton.
Good job of getting her feet set. And look at that. That was at least a step behind the arc there in the corner. But you were talking about Nelson, and this is the versatility of this Team Elite group. I mean, Nelson can play the center position, allowing Saxton to kind of free up and be a four player, and she's definitely got the range on the defensive end to be able to do that. They go a little bit bigger, and just all sorts of pieces for Coach Hubbard.
Saxton missed time to jump there, so rebound by the Swarm. Swarm have cooled off over the past few minutes. That pass intended for Shalique Smith. Benton gets it ahead to Saxton, who's trying to chase it down. She'll save it to register. We'll see if they hold for one here. McCoy in the Saxton. She's very
Great
deep.
seal.
And one.
Great ceiling. You know, Saxton's always been known for her defensive, you know, ability, shot blocking. Let's take a look at her offensive abilities here on the replay. She sets the screen, and what's so important about that, young players at home, she immediately found contact. Offensive post players want to create space, take up space, and you do that by going to the defender. If she just stands right there, the defense is going to be able to hop in front and get the deflection. Saxton coming along on the offensive end.
They get the stop, now they'll throw it up, and that will do it for the third quarter. Thanks for joining us here on SUV TV. We've got an interesting fourth quarter headed up. Kayla Hubbard knocks down the mid-range J. 8-point advantage for Team Elite Hubbard.
Got to be strong. Offense, hit those back doors again. Back doors, screens. Keep coming off those screens, okay? Got to get the ball inside. Let's look for seeds. Strong seals right now, okay? Strong seal. Let's try post, okay? Let's try post. Go in for her. Okay, here we go, okay? Here we go, let's go, here we go. On three, north side. 1, 2, 3, north side.
Trace the ball. You know they're good. Gotta work harder to get around that.
Coach John Oda, knowing this team has their work cut out for them, chasing 8 points here as we go into the fourth quarter. But on top of that, he also knows his personnel and knows that he has some firepower on his side that can help equalize this game. Case in point, good finish inside by Allie Morrison.
Great pick and roll action there. Delivered the ball was Paisley Johnson. Glacier Peak out in Washington. She's already given her verbal commitment to BYU. And you can see why her blend of skill, shot-making ability is going to play well for the Cougars out there.
As the BYU coach, you can see him right across the other side, sitting next to our good buddy Ray Caldwell. As well, just one of two college coaches here on site. Or several college coaches, I should say. Here
Yeah,
on site.
dozens and dozens. You see head coach Jeff Walls from Louisville over there in the corner. And there's Ray Caldwell from Texas Tech.
He's a PSB fixture as well now on logo row, as opposed to roaming the sidelines for San Antonio's finest, who is still here representing that program well.
Yeah, Ray's one of my favorite guys to talk to. Really knows the game of basketball, has a real global perspective on it. And of course, his daughter, Rasay Caldwell, I should say, from Texas Tech. So one of a couple of fathers now, at the NCAA ranks that are getting the opportunity to coach their daughter high-level basketball. Of course, Mark Mitchell at Ohio State coaching his daughter Kelsey. So you got that. Several other head coaches in the building. I mentioned Jeff Walls, Katie Meyer from Miami, front row here.
You like Fazzati moving without the ball there. She's got to slow down on her layups. That's about the third or fourth layup where she's just been going too fast. But also, you're a good shooter. The mid-range is in your arsenal. There's no need to over-penetrate. Slow down, because you're getting.
Because a kid like Temptation is just a move and just kind of.
Jessica Nelson
at Notre Dame. Look at this back screen, down screen. And then they're going to get Saxon with the illegal screen. Boy, I hate that call. Man, it really frustrates me. I don't care if it's really Team Elite or Northside Swarm 1. I just like good screening.
And that's part of why I think one of the reasons why Saxon isn't guarding Shalise Smith, because she's got a couple cheap fouls she's got to worry about, and you're going to get a couple legit fouls, I think, in guarding Smith for an entire course of a game. So, try to save those for when you might need them as we come down a crucial stretch here. Coming up on the 5-minute mark, it's an 8-point lead for Team Elite Hubbard.
Interesting offensive strategy here by Coach Hubbard, going with the double stack against the zone of the Northside Swarm. I actually like it because it's kind of tough to defend. You can stretch them out, and there's going to be some holes in there.
Hubbard tries to pass it. Smith, long strides trying to avoid Nelson, and she will go to the line and shoot two.
Now, one thing that can close up those holes in the zone pretty quickly is those long arms of Shalise Smith, and you saw it there. Got the deflection, the steal. I got to think that she's one of the big reasons why we see so many coaches along this back line.
She's a reason. Great crowd on hand for this game in terms of college coaches. And then you got San Antonio's finest, C. Lou, taking on Central Florida Elite up next. So you even got some traffic filing in for that one. Some games you can kind of see, okay, after this game is over, I might be able to get that seat. This isn't the type of setting where you can expect that seat to be open for next game.
And look here, we got bleachers too.
Hey, y'all got to get physical back with them.
And the bleachers are filled up about 3 rows up. Not to mention the coaches that we got down there on court too. I see Coach Dean Lockwood from Tennessee over there watching the action. Court 2.
Bleachers filled all the way up. And over to Paisley. Paisley knocks it down. Good defense by Benton, but Paisley Johnson still enough of a crease to get a much-needed bucket and make it a 4-point game. They get the steal. Now Johnson has it. Johnson takes it right at Kayla Hubbard, and Hubbard takes the charge. Hubbard does what I said nobody had the courage to do when she had a full head of steam and was set on driving a few minutes ago. As Johnson was committed to getting this bucket. She had just knocked down a 3, looking to take this right to the rack. Hubbard gets there, takes the contact. 4-point game, and that's a good charge taken there by Hubbard. You don't want to give Paisley Johnson any more momentum. She only needs a little bit of space. You're going to see Benton trailing there, still gets a good hand up. Johnson knocks it down.
This is an important time right now for Team Elite. Looked like they had the momentum early in this quarter. Here the past couple of possessions, the Swarm have hit a 3, gotten out in transition. Now it's just a 4-point lead. So the Swarm really extending their defense. Let's see if Team Elite can regain that rhythm.
Travel against register. That is the correct call.
Defense, come on now.
Did she shuffle those feet a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Work. No, work.
Still, it's kind of like one of those calls you don't really expect to see, but you can't really argue with when it is made.
Work. Go.
Good defense by Team Elite. They get the ball right back. Benton for 3.
Boy, big shot there by Benton. Big, very timely too. Stretches this lead back out to 7.
Subtle to Saxton, ahead to Benton. Layup drill.
Well, right on cue. I mentioned just a moment ago, can Team Elite regain the momentum? And guess what? A Robin Benton 3, as you see right here on the replay, followed up by a Robin Benton layup in transition, now has Team Elite up by 9.
They're up by 9 with 3 minutes and 8 seconds remaining here in this contest. As I mentioned, next up it'll be San Antonio's finest, C. Lou, taking on Central Florida Elite basketball. A lot of good players in that matchup. You know, you take a look on the San Antonio's finest side of things. You got Nia Green. You've got Alyssa Smith. You've got Kiana Williams on Central Florida Elite. Good guard core on their end as well, led by Shanier Mertens, Ariel Colon, Tyra Cox, Coy Love. And that's just the outside. We're not even talking Morgan Davis, Abby Rouse, Carrie Niblick, players like that on the inside. So all around, man, we have a great matchup coming up after this one. But first things first, this one still has to be decided, and Team Elite has things in their favor right now. That's a tough spot to pick up your dribble in. Finds a lifeline there in Smith. Foul called on Subtle. Cut and lay in by Allie Morrison. Morrison is giving them a couple timely buckets out of a timeout. Question is, can the Swarm build on that? They're down by 7. Team Elite fought so hard to stay right there in striking distance and overcome the narrow margins they kept finding themselves trailing by, as the Swarm were able to play the mouse role in the cat and mouse game for the most part early on, but now they're trying to make sure they hold on to the lead that they have.
I think the key in the last 2.5 minutes is going to be ball security. Who can handle the ball with the most confidence, not turn it over, give possessions away. And right now the Swarm got things rolling a little bit. Team Elite, on the other hand, turned it over several possessions in a row. An illegal screen and a Maya Register travel, and then you saw that that pass out of bounds just a moment ago.
So just like that, it is a 5-point game, as we'll get another listen in.
Right, okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Hey, listen, pressure right now, okay? Ray, get in for Claire right now, okay? Here we go, let's go, on 3, north side, 1, 2, 3, north side. Heavy pressure.
Well, you heard Coach Oda call it right here. Time for heavy pressure. And interestingly enough, Team Elite has not handled their pressure very well as of late. Let's see how they do this possession.
5-point game.
working without it. Keep working
Hubbard
without it.
being guarded by Payne.
Everybody work without it.
I think you got to take care of the ball, Hemi, and you have to be aware of the offensive rebounds and the type of plays that a Victoria Saxon can make in this instance, because Saxon is the type of player, Team Elite Hubbard could not score again for the next minute and 47 seconds, and she can do enough in offensive rebounds, throwing it back out and doing that 2 or 3 times to have them win this game. So if you do get them to cough it up or to take and miss a bad shot, you got to rebound the ball. 5-second violation there against Hubbard.
She called for the timeout, but she called for it about a half second too late. You saw the official over there shake his head and say, nope, not in time. And look right here, another Team Elite turnover could prove costly.
5-point game.
Look at this, a pick and roll. Just a little too tall right there. I really like what the Swarm are doing with that pick and roll. I think Coach Hubbard's going to come back to this video right here and probably examine his ball screen defense and try to figure out what's going wrong.
That has to be tough for Coach Oda. You can see that pick and roll developing.
Good decision right there by Subtle.
Yep.
Not taking the jumper. Let's bleed another 10 or 15 seconds off before they foul us.
Hubbard guarded by Smith.
That's a foul.
Hubbard played through a foul initially as Smith had reached in at the top of the key. Plays through it, and now she will earn 2 free throws here at the line.
Good drive and a good decision, I think, by Hubbard to go ahead and try to score. But as you know, you've got to convert on these free throws here. She misses the first.
Splits him. Makes it a 6-point contest. Riley Walsh guarded by Register. Register looking to wreak havoc. Goes over the screen. Now they get to Smith. Smith guarded by Subtle. Wheeling, dealing. And is fouled on the play.
They're going to get a foul. Was that on Saxton? Oh, no, Subtle. Going to get a foul on Subtle on the drive. I actually like taking Saxton off of Smith in that situation, because in situations where the drive comes from Smith, you actually have a better shot blocker coming from help side and Subtle. So, interesting dynamic. Oftentimes block shots come from the help rotating over, as opposed to, the one-on-one matchup. And Subtle is a kid, even though she may not have the size that Smith does, she's going to move her feet. You're going to play tough.
Yep. Frazier tries a 3.
That's what Saxon can do so well. Big-time block out. She got to control the rebound, though.
Northside Swarm gets a timeout. 34 3/10 seconds remaining.
Well, this game's not over by any means. It's a 6-point lead. But you got to feel a little disheartened if you're Coach Hubbard right here. You've had a couple of good defensive sequences, and you just can't finish the play with securing a rebound and making a good outlet pass. Now, Coach Oda has to feel like he's got a second life right here, an extra life, if you will. 6 points, I think you're in that area where you can go for a quick 2 maybe. You're probably going to have to foul, right off the bat if you do score. 34, 35 seconds, I think you can stretch it out and hope for some missed free throws. If you do go for the quick 3, you better crash the boards, hope for an offensive rebound if you do miss.
Work, Black, work. Work, 3-quarter shade.
Out of the timeout. Frazier, ball screen set there by Smith. They're going for that quick 2 that you mentioned, but it's not coming as quick as they hoped it had. A lot of time running off the clock now. Payne
probably going to have to look for a 3.
is able to find Smith. Smith Reverse on the other side.
10 seconds left.
Make 'em,
Yeah.
make 'em, make 'em.
I know you were hoping to have gotten that lay-in at about 25 seconds rather than at about 15 seconds. You're looking at it right here. They're so good in that ball screen. You're looking at the replay now. They're so good at forcing the switch. Missed free throw, though, by Hubbard. And Northside doesn't have any timeout, so I think this will about do it.
So Team Elite Hubbard is able to hold on and take home the championship by a final score of 45-41. Thanks for joining us here on SUV TV. We'll be back with more PSB Summer Invite.